Back Row Ministry of the World Premiere, Mr. Marty coming back at you live and direct. So, been looking at this DC airplane and helicopter helo crash, and just concerned about some of the numbers I see. Um, of course, on the plane itself, only 64 people were slated to have passed away. 60 passengers on the plane itself. The helo was said to have four, but for some reason it's being reported differently. So the Army Black Hawk helicopter collided with American Airlines passenger jet Wednesday night, killing 3 soldiers, 60 passengers, and 4 crew members on board. So that's what makes it strange. It says killing 3 soldiers, so 60 passengers, 63, and 4 crew members on board. So I guess 3 soldiers was on the helo. So that gives us that 67. So, and the crash happened while the jet was landing at Ronald Reagan National Airport. Ronald Reagan National Airport. So I also pulled up, ABC News' article, and I had one more article that I had pulled up. It was Fox that also, but right now it's saying 67 people were a part of this crash that passed in the crash. And the problem with 67 is, for anyone who knows gematria, and we go to 67 and go to our calculator. Anybody knows gematria, when we talk about 67, we talk about it being the 19th prime, and 67 is the number of chaos. So you see chaos is 19, and you go to the number 67. 67 is the 19th prime number. And it's always the number of chaos. So we remember we talked about COVID-19. It was a chaotic time. This is sort of like it's kind of taking us into a new period of chaos, because we're still trying to figure out what happened, how did this occur. Being in the military, communication seemed to be good for 1 second and lax the next second. And there's a lot of things that kind of played in. So we see it happen in Washington, D.C., and of course, Washington, D.C. is 33, the checkerboard city, 33rd prime. Washington's also 61. 61 is the 18th prime number. And if you go to DEI, you remember Trump brought up the DEI piece. So there's a lot more that's involved with this whole DEI narrative that he's trying to guide you through. Because it was kind of stupid for him to say anything about these things in DEI, but he's trying to bring this DEI piece up. I don't know if he's trying to be that so he can be the ultimate bad guy like in wrestling. I don't know what the meaning of that, but it's something around this DEI take on everything that I think is going to create a lot of chaos down the road for whatever the script is that they're creating. DC, it happened in DC. DC is 7. So 7 is another number when it comes to killing and death you'll see a lot of. So you see the 7-Eleven, DC is a 7-Eleven, 7-Eleven, 62. So you see that 7 and 11. 11 is a master number. AA, or American Airlines, is 2 and 16. 52, the number of prophecy. American Airlines is 79. Remember, 79 is 22, the 22nd prime number. So American Airlines used in whatever this ritual is, not saying it's a ritual, but it's very strange, a lot of things that took place during this crash. Now, it took place as the plane was headed towards a runway, and runway is 33. Washington, D.C. is 33, the 137 to 33rd prime. So you see, runway is 33. Thing I caught, I don't know if a lot of people have seen this, and on this you can't see the map, but if you go to abcnewsgo.com, you can see the map. And on that map, it says the map of the area around Ronald Reagan Washington Airport and the layout of runway 33, which the regional American Airlines jet was approaching at the time of the collision with the Army Blackout helicopter, according to officials. So the plane just so happened to be going to runway, which is 33, but going to runway 33. Runway 33. So for us that know, if you've been following me for a while and we talk about the checkerboard boys, these are the things we need to watch. As I said, this is a narrative, order out of chaos committee. This creates chaos. Why are they creating the chaos? I'm not blaming anybody. Everything here, we can't even allege that it's anybody's fault. Right now, from a military standpoint, my standpoint would be a training exercise that went really, really bad. But it's too many numbers leading towards something else. It's too many numbers leading towards something else. We got Trump talking about DEI. We got runway 33. We got this happening checkerboard boy land, Washington D.C. We got FAA. The FAA is 19. This is surrounding the FAA. So we see all this chaos in the story. And, you know, plane crashes within themselves are chaotic. When we see it, when we saw 9/11, we see chaos at high levels. But this, the numbers are leading into the chaos. And a lot of strange things happen with people that are supposed to be on the plane. These are alleged. So I'm very unsettled by this story because of the numbers I see. And the number of chaos with that 67 is the first thing that kind of alarmed me, that, you know, what the hell is going on here? What is this really about? It happening in DC, and me just so happening to catch that runway was 33, and then suddenly the plane just so happened to be landing on runway 33. Now on this flight, allegedly there were a lot of Chinese skaters on this flight. I just put it out there. There were a lot of Chinese skaters on this flight. I don't know who these people were related to. I think down the road we're going to find out a little bit more about these skaters, because they wanted us to focus on these Chinese skaters. So we go to skaters. Skaters is 21, skaters is 51. So skaters is 21, skaters is 51. Remember, 21 can be 8 as a Fibonacci number, and then 6 as a triangular number. So skaters doesn't really vibrate with much. There's no 51, there's no 21. Date numerology, there is a 21. So if you go to your gematria calculator, 1 plus 2 plus 9 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 is 21. If you add those, so if you have 129, 20, 25, you get 1 plus 2, which is 3, 3 plus 9, which is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 1 plus 2, that's 3, 10, 11, 12, my fault. 14, 15, 16. 16 plus 5 is 21. So that made your 21 if you add up your numbers that way. So we got these skaters. We got a day with 21 numerology. And this happens. We got all these chaos code numbers. Who were these skaters? These are Chinese skaters. Who were these skaters? We're going to have to go deeper into this story. This is a rabbit hole that we're going to have to go deeper into to see, okay, what is actually happening here. Wichita. This happened in Wichita. Remember, we say it happened in Wichita, Kansas. And you go to Wichita. Wichita is 73. 73 just so happens to be what? The 21st prime number. It's the 21st prime number. So we got these skaters. We got them flying out of Wichita. Wichita is 21. 73 with the 21st prime number. You bring our skaters back. Skaters just so happens to be 21. So this story, in my opinion, this is all opinion, is leading us back to these skaters. It's leading us back to these skaters. And now the question is of who are these skaters? Who are these skaters? Because the energy is leading us back to these skaters. It's leading us back to Wichita. It's leading us back to these skaters. Skaters in Wichita vibrate with one another. So we got too much energy in this story is what I'm trying to say. And that runway 33 piece is kind of a slip up for those who really, like I say, with the checkerboard boys, they'll give you a story that's basic. Things that we're accustomed to happening. Plane crashes happen all the time. We're accustomed to them happening. So you won't question. See, they'll give you something that they know that you won't question. You won't question. There's always, they won't question this. Suicide. They always throw suicide out there. Some of you won't question. But that's when you have to watch them. Okay, where's the energy going in this? Why is this taking place? Something about this just doesn't make sense. And if you see Pacific numbers in the story, so when they gave me 67, I already went to what the hell is going on here? And some people will say, oh, well, you're just fishing and you're just looking for certain things. But if you've been paying attention to what we're doing here long enough, you will begin to see these people's patterns. They can't help themselves. They can't help themselves. They're going to throw those numbers into the story. They're going to give themselves away in certain ways. So some people say, well, you're fishing and I can find that in every story. And possibly you can. But anything tied with the media, wrapping around something that they're already talking about, which is DEI, giving you a number right off the bat, 67, we already know that leads us into 19, the number of chaos. Okay, so when we got chaos, okay, let's look into the chaos. You have to go into the chaos. Not run from the chaos. You got to go into the chaos if you really want to see. So when we lift the veil of ignorance and we go into the light, you must go into the light. This is a reverse Carol Ann moment. We're going into the light because we want to see, okay, what is actually going on? What don't you want me to see? So we had 75 numerology that day, 39 numerology. Remember, 39 is the New York number, and Trump gets up there talking about DEI and, just saying ignorant things as Donald Trump usually does. So remember, New York is 39 and 33. So here comes Mr. New York, Donald Trump, talking about DEI, with the situation, Mr. New York, talking about runway 33 and the runway 33 situation. So the checkerboard boys are communicating as they usually do. Who were these Chinese is the question. Who were these people on this plane? Who were they related to? Who were their enemies? Remember now, checkerboard boys just don't come from one place. This is a world organization. One of the most powerful organizations in the world. You got some powerful organizations. You got the Catholic Church, you got the Jesuits, you got the checkerboard boys. These are some of the most powerful organizations in the world. You got the illuminated ones, also a powerful organization. So we are surrounded by powerful organizations that are controlling narratives and controlling reality. They change the reality as they want to. They put their de facto leader in there. Trump is a de facto leader for the elites. Elon Musk is an elite. He's one of the elitists. He's in there playing around. He don't give a damn about America. Why should he? Why should he? America is a child to the rest of the world. To the elite, America's a baby. America's a baby. They can do what they want to with the idea of America. And we just have to suffer in it because we're Americans. We're here. This is where our blood is. So we have to suffer through the elite playing games with our homeland because they really don't care. You think the Chinese give a damn about America? One Chinese dynasty is older than America. It was in existence longer than America was. One dynasty. One dynasty. That's how old the Chinese dynasty is as a whole. So they don't care about us. So when you see our numbers and we know what we're looking for, when we get a 33, when you get a 13, when you get a 67 now, be looking at 67. When you get a 39 and they talk about New York, when you see a 39, they up to some in New York. So the common number, 17 the kill code. I want y'all to just start seeing some of the most common numbers, the 22, the 11s. You'll see a lot of that. 21, 7-11 combo. Man, we got a 7-11 combo with DC, and it's taking place in DC. So just paying attention to what's going on. See, 93 skaters, 93. Saturn is 93. Saturn is the keeper of time. Saturn, the keeper of time, pops up in that energy of skaters. Um, Wichita has a 12 in it, 37 to 12 prime, so number of completion. Something was completed. 44 to kill code. We know 44 and kill, and when you go to kill, you get 17, get 44, and you get 64. Remember, they were giving you 64 a great deal. They were throwing out 64 like it wasn't nothing. So 33, 30, 19, 26. These are our numbers. These are our numbers that we tend to look at. 18 was in there. 19 was in there because 129 was a date also with 19 date numerology. That's 1 plus 2, which is 3. 3 plus 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 plus 2, 14, and then 14 plus 5, which is 19. So that was a day of chaos. So this happens on a day of chaos. 67 people die on a day of chaos, 67 to 19 prime. See how they do it? So you got to watch their communication. Who are those skaters is the question. Who are those skaters is the question. Hilo. They call it a Black Hawk. So the Black Hawk was a part of this situation. Black Hawk 2754. Remember our 27 number. Remember 27? Number 27. When we talk about Black Hawk and 27, we call Trump all those 27 numbers that were around Trump. And let's go back to the 27th degree of Masonry. For those that have forgot, 27 and why 27 has been just all over this. So the 27th degree in Scottish Rite Freemasonry is the Knight of Jerusalem. Remember now, everything has kind of been surrounding Jerusalem. It is based on a historical conflict between Pope Honorius III and Emperor Frederick II. The degree's core value is tolerance, and its philosophy is that people should be guided by their conscience where there are tensions between church and state. So right now, like we said, in the Israeli situation, there's tension between church and state. Remember, I told y'all, separate church and state. Separate religion from the state of a thing. So Trump is the Knight of Jerusalem. Remember now he's saying, hey, up in Gaza, why don't you guys move up out of there, go to Egypt, and we'll build condos and resorts there. Who gonna work there? Who gonna work there? You think the Israelis are going back? Are they gonna send people there to work? No. The people from Gaza are gonna go back and they're gonna work these resorts and this beachfront property and whatever digging they got in that area. And the Knight of Jerusalem will be the man who finally conquers Jerusalem. But the separation in church and state, because there's always tension between church and state. Remember we said the Catholic Church, the church itself, the Christian church wants Jerusalem. They never have been able to get Jerusalem. They never have been able to get Jerusalem. So Trump's job is to create this separation between church and state. Let's see if he actually does the separation between church and state. Can he create the separation? Let's see. Let's see. But I don't think there's going to be separation because, as I said, they want Jerusalem. They want Jerusalem. Okay? So things to think about, but not getting off a track of what we've been doing. But like I say, in this story, a lot of things that concern me. And the big thing that concerns me with this story is, who are these skaters? That's the question we need to be asking. Mr. Motley Backroad Ministry, keep your eyes open. We're in a period of chaos. So keep your eyes open, keep your back on a swivel. Find you some alternative ways of shopping, which we talked about years ago. You see how the prices are going up. Some things are going to go down, but just be prepared. Like I said, the next couple of years, there'll be some, bumps, but stability.